Yeah. Say two, boom. Okay. Trying to. Sorry, guys, hold on a second. Trying to, Joey, you gotta see this. Come on, man. All right, we are live. Oh, we were straddling. Let me get it going. All right. Welcome. Sorry, got a little delayed there. I got to show this video coming up. It's gonna rival Joey Bag of Donuts live from Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Believe it or not, we are the Jersey Boys. Welcome to the Jersey Boys Sports Talk, hosted by Byron Jones and me, Victor Orocho. And we got a special guest today, our dear friend Joey Bag of Donuts. Don't forget to subscribe to all our channels of Sportscast. This is produced by the Sportscast. Subscribe to all our channels on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We're on Spotify. We have our own podcast called the Jersey Boys Sports Talk. Go to your Apple, hit the purple podcast, download it. You see the picture that you can see behind me. Please leave a comment, subscribe. You can hear to us. We got some good debates going on, some funny stuff going on, and we're just always running into different types of people. I got some pictures I want to show you today of a very dear friend of ours, cousin, and he's a major Giant fan. Hopefully, Roger joins us tonight. Shout out to Roger. Shout out to Roger Byron.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All righty. So let's get this going. Welcome, Joe, to the show. We're getting ready to talk some good football. What we got going on here? I'm just trying to get this picture that I want to go on. So, Byron, let's get it on. We got some. You sent out some information regarding free agents, and there's a whole bunch of free agents. There's at least, what is it, close to 80 in just the division?
Yeah.
If you calculate it, it's like they're averaging 20 and there's 4 teams.
Yep.
How do you think who do you think is in the worst trouble out of the 4 that you said?
Whoever has the least amount of money, which appears to be probably the Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys, to spend. And they got a ton of people, to sign. They did sign Darren Payne, their all-pro tackle, I think they tagged him, but both of them have a lot of holes. The Eagles have a lot of big name people, that are going to be free agents. They can't sign everybody, but they're going to sign some of them.
And so, do you think that the Eagles are going to be the Los Angeles Rams of last year?
No, they're not going to be that bad because Howie Roseman, their GM he's a pretty good GM. And I'm sure he has a plan, but they also have to remember, let's throw this out there, that Jalen Hurts is getting ready to get paid. And a lot of when they allocate all that money to the quarterback position, that changes a whole bunch of stuff. But he's getting ready to get paid.
He's ready to get paid. All right. So he did listen to me. You got to give him credit. He performed very well in the Super Bowl.
Jalen?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've always liked him. Yeah, I like him.
Other than one mistake, he played. I mean, he played beyond my expectation.
I've always liked him. He's gotten better every year that he's played, from his Alabama days, Oklahoma.
Joey, wake up.
No, what?
Oh, yeah.
I was looking at the salary cap space for everybody.
You're on a live show, man. I can't have guests with their head down. You're falling asleep on our own show. You're like Biden on his speech.
Nah.
So let me ask you a question and answer my question. Do you feel he performed better than you expected? I mean, I think he's a good player. I always did. Don't get me wrong, but I thought he performed excellent. I mean, it was better than my expectation.
But doesn't that have something to do with him getting better every year? That's what I said. He's gotten every bit better every year that he's been there. And now he's at the level now where he is one of the elite quarterbacks and he's going to get paid. That's, steps. And
I don't know. I guess I hate to use the word elite, but I'll address doesn't that have to do with him getting better every year? I have a difference of opinion on that. I'll get to that. Joey, what did you think in his performance? Did he perform better than you expected? Or not? I mean, that's it. I mean, because I still think he's performed all year well, but playing in the Super Bowl for your first time in his third year? I mean, he played really good. Joey?
He played really well. He played really well all year. I mean, he was in the MVP conversation before he got hurt. So he was good all year. Then he got hurt, and I think that affected him. But I think he played fine in the Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean, we'd be talking about him as a Super Bowl champion right now if it wasn't for Mahomes and the refs. So, yeah, I think
if it wasn't for his fumble cost him that game.
It didn't cost him.
No, that's not true.
It didn't help, that's for sure.
I apologize. That is incorrect. I'm totally wrong with that. That fumble hurt him. Their defense, in my opinion, right? How I feel, and I'm strong about it. Their defense and their defense and coaching scheme strategy lost that game.
Yeah, the Philadelphia defensive coordinator who I think just became a head coach of Arizona or something like that.
Yep,
he's getting ripped because they didn't adjust. Basically, his philosophy was, well, we have the best players and we have the most talent, so it doesn't matter what our scheme is.
But they did.
That's not fly against.
But you still need a scheme and a strategy.
Exactly.
Because on any given Sunday, you can lose a game. They got out-coached.
Yeah.
Byron, you frozen? They got out-coached. That was it. Because they should have lost. I mean, Kansas City should have lost. That defense lost that game for me, in my opinion, right? You're talking about 11 sacks or more by every defensive lineman they have.
How about this?
No rushes, no sacks. Go ahead.
How about this? The Kansas City Chiefs offensive line is a lot better than people gave him credit for.
Byron, man, you always come back with that. Yes, I get it. They played great that game. What do you mean it's true? What's true?
They were a lot better than they were.
Byron, for me, there's more truth to the fact that defense was almost as good as the Bears defense.
Whoa.
They were putting them in that category.
Whoa.
Dude, they were one sack away from tying. One sack away. What do you mean?
They were good. They not Chicago Bear good. Not
okay.
Just remember that the field at that Super Bowl was pretty messed up, and I think it hurt the Eagles defense.
Yeah, but it was the same for both teams. Both teams.
Yeah, exactly. And
how many sacks did the Chiefs get?
The Chiefs got one sack, a fumble recovery, and I think two hurries.
I think that field hurt both defenses.
Okay, but how does the best defense get less than a defense that wasn't as ranked as them? You said, they didn't
agree.
adjust. He wasn't blitzing. He what was wrong with him? He did nothing that a defense that put up that numbers for 17 plus how many playoff games? Okay, forget it. 17 games. They put up some serious numbers.
Hey, Philadelphia's offense scored 35 points. That's plenty. This was on the defense. It was the defense's fault. You give up 38, you deserve to lose. Yeah,
exactly. And I said it. If it's a high-scoring game, Eagles going to lose.
No, you did?
You can't outscore. outscore Patrick Mahomes. You cannot let him score. How much did Patrick Mahomes lose to the Bucks? What was the score? 24-21?
That was a lot.
No, it wasn't about a lot. It was 24-21.
It was a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot.
All right,
here we
good.
go.
Go ahead, Byron. Good. Talk
I'm
while
good
while
now.
I go research how much a lot is. He driving me crazy.
Are you talking about the Super Bowl or are you talking about what game are you
Super
talking
Bowls.
about?
The Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl. No, Tampa killed Kansas City in the Super Bowl. It was 31-9, I think.
Yeah.
No,
What game
was it
you
really?
watch, Victor?
I don't know. I'm really
It wasn't even
bad.
close.
You called that, Victor. You called it that Tampa would destroy Kansas City in that Super Bowl.
Oh, that's how
But
bad.
go ahead, keep looking it up. 31-9.
That's
I'm
a
pretty
bad
sure
week I'm
Fred
having.
goes right. 31-9. So take that 21-14 and throw it out the window.
Yeah, well then that is just bad.
It wasn't even close.
And that goes back to Spagnuolo defense, right? Yeah, 31-9. I stand corrected. As again,
I don't know what you're looking at.
I was wrong.
Patrick, that game, he ran for 500 yards running around in circles.
But what is it you said after that game that the Bucks showed the rest of the NFL?
Oh, how to stop Patrick.
Exactly. So what did that say? Make an adjustment. Philadelphia did not do that.
And what did Kansas City do after they got destroyed? They totally revamped their offensive line.
I have somebody that agrees with me.
Wait a second. I didn't disagree with you, Byron.
Yes, you did. I said that their offensive line wasn't given credit as far as how good they. You got Orlando Brown, all pro. Well,
but I didn't disagree with you about that.
Well, let me finish. You got Creed Humphrey, all pro center. The right guard, I can't think of his name. He was all pro. The only one, the two weak link was the right tackle, Wiley, I think his name is, and the other left tackle. But they're good. That offensive line was a lot better, man, than people gave him credit for. A lot better.
Okay. Tell me when you're ready.
No, I'm ready now. Go ahead. I'm done.
Okay. Tell me how I disagree with you.
What did you say? That the offensive line had nothing to do with it?
No.
What did you say? The defensive line was the Chicago pair equivalent, which is not true. They were good. They wasn't that good. Go ahead. I'm waiting for you.
I'm pulling you off. I got to because I was wrong a few times. I'm gonna be wrong. Keep being wrong. Stats are stats. I didn't say you were wrong or disagree. I am saying to you, going into that game, Philadelphia's defense was spoken about in every capacity. The defensive line, the linebackers, and the defensive backs. They were one of the top ranked defenses in all of the NFL. Right. No, that's what I was saying. And when you bring up the offensive line, right? For me, they did a great job. They did what they were supposed to do. But the defense, there's no bearing that defense let them down. That defense, listen to me, the same way I said the same thing before. When Aaron Donald and Von Miller, they didn't do anything against Tampa, against Tampa and then in the Super Bowl until the second half. We were texting each other. Yes, no doubt. It definitely counted. Come on, Byron. We expect guys to be playing all four quarters.
They were tired, taking off the first half.
Yeah, exactly. They took off the first half. But when it came time, they stood up. They stuck up. They stood up. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying to you is that defensive, who was ranked better, the offensive line or the defensive line of Kansas City?
Philadelphia. But let me tell you this little bit of tidbit. Being in the Philadelphia area, I get a whole smacked upside the head with stuff all the time. They talked about all week, prior to the game and after, how Rich Gannon did not make adjustments all season long, even though they were beating up everybody, but he just wasn't, that kind of guy that would make adjustments. He was living off, that front four doing their thing. the cornerbacks doing their thing, Chauncey Johnson doing his thing, the safety, but he never had to make adjustments. So he figured going into this game that he didn't have to make adjustments. He was just going to live with that front four, and whatever happens, happens. But they talked about him all year long, Rich Gannon, who's now the head coach of the Arizona, whatever they're called now.
Cardinals.
How many teams are in the NFL, Byron?
A lot.
32.
Yeah,
32. Kansas City's defense was ranked 16.
Yeah, in the middle. That's good enough.
16th.
They're still in the middle. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But
The Eagles
Wasn't Philadelphia top 10?
Eagle was the 8th. 8th. Okay. So now let's go to the 8th. Okay. So you have, and then offensively, they have what's this? Okay. Offensively, 2002. Do I got the right?
Wait a minute. What are you doing? Are you reliving this? Then I picked the Kansas City Chiefs to win the game. They won the game. Move along.
Okay, we can move along. I mean, what's that got to? I'm just. You said that I disagree with you. I'm just saying to you, I don't think that you can. I don't think the same conversation. That defensive line should have outperformed. Should have played way better than they did. I don't care. And the offensive line playing great because they didn't get credit. There's no reason for them not to. Hey, I don't give a shit. I'm not a Philadelphia Eagles fan, dude. I understand what your issue is. I'm just telling you, one has no better. Oh, the offensive line, but you just want to debate the thing. Look, debate this there. The defense was terrible. They gave up 38 points.
Who picked the Kansas City Chiefs to the Super Bowl?
You did.
Okay.
And me.
Yep.
And you. Yes.
Okay. And you picked who? Who'd you pick, Victor?
I picked Philadelphia. And Philadelphia was the better team.
Well, guess who's not the Super Bowl champion?
It's okay, but who is the better team?
Kansas City.
You really think Kansas City was a better team?
Yes, they're the Super Bowl champion.
No, bullshit. That's not what I asked you.
I'm giving you my honest opinion.
You think Joey?
I thought it was a toss-up, and like if they played 10 times, it might be 5-5. That's how close they are. That was the top two teams in the NFL.
And it's funny how every other guy who gets paid millions of dollars on sports and I'm not getting paid, they all felt the better team lost. That was it. Now, if we would have went into that game and Patrick Mahomes was 100% healthy, I would never go against Patrick Mahomes. I won't go against him anymore again.
But you did.
Anyways, timeout. He wasn't healthy to me.
But you, okay.
Did you not hear that first part?
No, not really, no.
You're really getting on my last nerve today, boy.
That's the whole idea.
Yeah, you are. It's you're weak. I'm gonna move on.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, you're getting on my last nerve because one has no bearing on the other. Right? It was just terrible. They played it terrible. I don't really care. I'm happy for Andy Reid. I'm happy for Andy Reid, really, because I should have won with him because of his redemption, the way they treated him in Philly. You know what I mean? And I think he was outcoached. I think he outcoached the other team. And I think if that Gannon, you're saying, didn't make adjustments all year, well,
all year.
He didn't need to be. He had a lousy schedule, and he got rewarded with a head coaching job. He will fail. What's his position? What company did he go to? What team did he go to?
Arizona Cardinals.
Good. He's gonna mark my words. He's gonna fail.
I agree. That's a bad place to go.
Now I'm pissed. Yep.
That's a lot of hate.
Philly. He's gonna fail. One at Kansas City. One at
Arizona's
Kansas City. One at Arizona. One at the fact that he's got a quarterback doesn't like to watch film. Okay. And two, if he doesn't want to adjust, he's gonna get whooped.
Well, he's not going to be the defensive coordinator.
Okay, he's going to get whooped. If he didn't like to adjust and he's the head coach, it's even worse. Now you're a CEO who doesn't know to adapt to the market.
Arizona is a bad team and it's a bad organization.
Yep. He's going to fail.
Any
less than 3 years, he'll be fired.
Probably.
So this guy, forget about any coach. This guy, Byron's guy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I say my guy.
All right, so let's keep going. You're gonna be fired up here.
Why are you all revved up, man? Let it go.
Daniel Jones, what's the deal? Is he really asking for 45 million or is it bull crap? What's the deal?
Did he really ask for? Who knows?
Oh, okay.
Okay, when you going to
he just finished his deal for 35 million, no?
When you going for negotiation, would you start high, or are you going to start with what you want?
You're gonna start. Of course, Byron. That's an easy answer to that. You're gonna start high, but the way it came out was that he's asking for 45, and then it came out that that's not true. He was not asking for 45. Right. So, and then it came back out that he's asking for 45. So all I was doing was asking the question, was there any validity? You're up north. You have more papers here than our little papers that we got down here. I just wanted to know if that's what he was asking for. He ended up what? What was his final contract?
Well, next year he's going to make more than Patrick Mahomes. I think it's 46 million, like the total with the signing bonus and his regular salary. So it's going to be more than Patrick.
He's going to make, but Patrick, okay. I don't know why you bring, I have no idea why you bring that up, but okay.
That's what it is. Come on, man. Really?
Yeah, really. Because we had that conversation last week.
What conversation we had last week? We didn't talk
about. We had the conversation that they structured Patrick Mahomes' deal so good that his salary goes down every year, which gives him space to be able to do more things. But the guy has a $500 million contract.
Right.
Daniel Jones ain't a $500 million contract.
The what?
Daniel Jones' contract isn't $500 million.
No, it's
it's not. It's 160.
Yeah, for 4 years.
That's not a $500 million. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know that. Even though I went
sure we're close.
So I know that.
Okay, good. So the fact that he's making more than him in 1 year really doesn't no bearing on it because how much has Patrick Mahomes made so far in this contract?
I don't have a clue.
Guarantee you, he's made more than 160 million in Daniel Jones's.
Wait. You always talk about me being a hater with the Giants. Now you giving a lot of hate on Daniel Jones. No, wait a minute. Wait.
How is that hate? How is that hate?
You're getting a lot. You sit there.
How is that hate? There's no hate there. You're the one who's trying to. You're the one who's trying to say that he's making more than Patrick Mahomes. I don't think that's no bearing.
No, I did not. No, I didn't. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm saying that for next year, he's making 46 million, and I think Patrick's is like 31. It's just 1 year. The way they combine, his signing bonus and his salary. I got it. 1 year, he's going to make more money.
What's the relevance to that comment, though? Patrick Mahomes' contract is an average of $45 million, dude. He's got guaranteed. Listen to me. Do you know how much? Okay, here. Let's just get here. The deal is okay. All right. So, how much is Daniel Jones's contract guaranteed for?
When they're looking at 94.
Okay. So 94. Patrick Mahomes is 94 deal, right? Patrick Mahomes guarantee
is how much?
It is 12 million less than Daniel's entire contract.
What does that have to do with anything?
It's the same thing that fact that Daniel's going to make more than Patrick Mahomes next year.
I said for 1 year, he's going to make more money. That's all I said.
Let's move on. Joey, what do you got, Joey? Because we and him are going to go at it all night long, so you better get into it.
I'm just looking at the contracts, and
it has no bearing. In other words, the fact that he's making more than Patrick Mahomes next year, so what?
I'm comparing contracts. That's it. Nothing else.
You're comparing 1 year.
No,
you're not comparing contracts. There's a big difference between comparing contracts and 1 year.
Okay, go ahead. I'm done.
I'm just saying, 1 year.
I'm done.
Patrick Mahomes is guaranteed more money than his entire contract. That's all I'm saying.
I said for 1 year. I said about the whole contract, but go ahead.
Okay. But his 2023 number, Daniel Jones, is low. His cap hit is only 19 million for 2023. So that's good. Before the money kicks in, the Giants want to spend some of that money that they're saving and do some things. They could do some things in free agency.
Exactly. So, like I said, and I didn't know about Patrick Mahomes' contract until after this year. And then I found out how many draft picks they have, plus all the cap space they have. They got enough room to rebuild a couple more championships.
Who?
Kansas City.
Have you looked at the cap space?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Giants have more, just so you know.
More what?
cap space for this year coming up.
All right. Joey, what are your thoughts, Joe? Because I don't know how to answer. Byron's he's in a mischievous mood, and he knows he's pushing
I'm
my
in a
button.
fine mood.
He's in a fine. You know why you're in a fine mood? Because you catch me on a day that my buttons are so easily pushed.
Look, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
You did nothing to do. That is true. It's not your fault, but you were leveraging it to push it in every manner.
Let it go.
Okay.
Breathe.
Go, Joey.
The Giants have about 20 million, maybe 18, 20 million of space in free agency. So they can make some moves. They could do some things. I'm begging you, get a wide receiver for Danny Jones. Get some players for this guy. Please. They had the worst wide receivers, not just of last year, of any year. That was a pathetic group of wide receivers. Get Daniel Jones some wide receivers.
How much cap space do the Giants have?
20 million
for next year.
Yeah.
How much cap space do they have for the next 3 years?
I don't think they're going that far out.
We don't know. But Daniel Jones, his contract
Kansas City
this
has
year,
$80 million in cap space over the next 3 years. Anything else, Byron?
You're not right.
What?
You're not right.
He's not right.
You.
Okay.
that can't be right.
That can't be right.
I mean, they just let go of Orlando Brown. That was one of the best offensive linemen in the league. So that they can't be better just by doing that.
Okay. Santiago, why isn't my screen sharing? What's going on? Go here.
Oh, Kansas City has right up under the Giants 17,807,000 in cap space
For 1 year, right? So they're right with the Giants, right?
for this year. For 2013, they're right under the Giants. The Giants are at
Yeah, my home computer.
$18,916 right now.
And just remember, they can make all kinds of maneuvers and all the things to do to create lots more cap space if they wanted to.
The Giants get ready to cut Kenny Galladay. That'll create more. Leonard Williams, they'll redo his contract. So they'll be all right.
I'm sorry. What does it say? What does it say right there?
What does it say?
Joey, can you read, Joe? Joey, can you read? Can you read, Joe?
Or more.
Okay, so
it says for the
What does that say, Joe?
It says the next 3 years.
What's that say, Joey?
my eyes are good. You don't have to make the font any bigger.
How's that, Joey? Can you see that, Byron? That's for Byron.
Wait a minute.
Can you see that?
Wait a minute. Okay.
Look.
I'm looking at the same thing, and it doesn't go to whatever.
Okay.
Go where it says the 2023 salary cap this year. I ain't worried about the 24 and 25. Go to 23.
Okay.
Byron, you just finished saying that.
What?
That, listen to me. I want the Giants to do well, right? But over the next 3 years, over max.
Why are you going the next 3 years, man? The next year.
The reason why am I looking at the next 3 years is because it just happened to come up. Okay, that's all it was, right? They don't even have it.
I'm looking at the Chiefs salary cap for 2024. They have $100 million in free space, but they literally the entire team is Mahomes, Kelsey, and that's it. That's the entire team. So yes, you have space, but you need an entire team.
I understand that, but they have cap. All I'm saying is I'm happy the Giants have cap space. Don't get me wrong, but you can't compare Giants cap space equal to Kansas City when Kansas City's got Patrick Mahomes, Kelsey, the receivers. You just said the offensive line is good. The defense has been playing better. I mean, they just won their Super Bowl. So only comment is that these guys are in position to win a couple more Super Bowls.
Okay.
Am I missing something? You don't think so?
Any given Sunday.
I agree. All I'm saying to you is though, they've done pretty good in that organization when it comes to success rate. And this is nothing against the Giants, it's just in general. I mean, look at the bad situation the Dallas Cowboys put themselves in, right? Look at the situation the Rams put themselves in, right? Now you got a team that we've all agreed that Patrick Mahomes is something. He's got what? He's been in the Super Bowl how many times? How many national AFC championships he's been in? And he's got some good players, man. And to have cap space, and how many draft picks do they have?
Who?
The Kansas City this year.
They were very smart in getting rid of Tyreek Hill. And when they did that, they got some how many number one draft picks from the Dolphins. So they were and they did very well in the draft. So okay, great.
They got 11 draft picks in the draft in 2003.
You know,
11.
The Giants have the same amount. So I'm just letting you know, since you're on the Kansas City kick, I'm gonna speak up for the Giants. You can go with Kansas City now.
Okay, I'll say one has nothing to do with the other.
What you saying? Didn't you? What are you saying?
You're comparing Byron. You're comparing.
You're saying the Kansas City Chiefs have 11 picks. I said the New York Giants have 11 picks coming up,
and I'm happy for that. But okay, who has more repairing to do on their team? Like if you had to, who has more work to do to be a championship caliber team?
You know it's the Giants. Come on.
Okay,
come on.
So I know it's the Giants, but you're bringing us stuff. So I have to ask these.
What about how many draft picks they have? They got the same amount as Kansas City has. Okay,
so how much? Who has more work to do to be a championship caliber team?
Oh, geez, man.
The Giants. Okay. So my whole comment, all of me started off as Kansas City's in position to win a few more Super Bowls. That was it.
Okay.
And that's
all
it.
Right. Who won the Super Bowl last year, the year before? The Rams, right?
Mm-hmm. Then they should have lost. They should have lost to the pick. They should have lost to the Bucks.
Were they in any position, to come back and repeat?
We agreed. We agreed that they
shot their load.
Yeah, exactly.
They
put
gave
all
away
their
the
eggs
house
in one basket,
and it paid off.
And it paid off.
But it paid off for one, and organizations want to keep winning.
Okay, and then the year before that was who? Tampa, right? Tampa Bay. The year before. Yeah. And what happened? What happened to them?
They made it to
They won the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
But they didn't repeat as champions, right?
They were a bad call away from going to
one of your numbers. Answer the question.
No.
They win.
They also shot their load. They also put all their eggs in one basket. And now, same thing with the Rams. They're going to pay for it, and they're going to they have to get rid of a bunch of players because they are way over the cap.
So tell me how you're not proving my point to Kansas City. Kansas City didn't shoot their load.
How do you know? They're going to be minus the left tackle because Orlando Brown is not coming back. They'll get rid of Frank Clark, the defensive end, is not going to be there. They're not going to sign him. And most of the receivers, the ones that they have now, Juju, Scanling, or whatever his name is, and there's 3 of them. They're losing 3 receivers, a left tackle, a defensive end. They're going to have a lot less to work with than they did this year. I have proven my point.
They got 11 draft picks and a lot of cap space.
They did not blow their load like the Rams did or like the Bucks did, but you're right, Byron. They are going to be weaker because they just lost their great left tackle, and they just lost Frank Clark. So just by those 2 players alone, they're going to be weaker.
Yes, unless they replace them with someone that can at least perform at the same level.
And they could, or they have some space.
They got space to do it, and they got picks to do it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yes, they do.
That's all. So I mean, all I'm saying is Kansas City is in a great position to keep winning.
Are you a Kansas City fan then?
No, I'm just making a comment about sports. That's it. Now, I'm happy with the Giants. I'm happy with last year's Giants. I'm happy now. Daniel Jones. What are we doing with Saquon? What's happening up there?
Franchise tag.
Have they done it yet?
Yeah, yes. They did the same thing.
All right, so everything's done. We got our 2 guys.
$10 million. That's a bargain for him.
Especially when he turned down 12 at the break. He turned down 12 million up here.
And then he took 10.
No, he didn't take 10. They said, here you go, take this 10. There you go.
And
That's something for you.
and so I don't understand why did he have to take it?
Yeah, it's franchise tag.
So they kind of got him.
Yeah, I know he got himself. He should have took that 12 and ran with it.
Yeah, well,
He played himself.
Yeah. So did Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. That's a whole other.
Yeah,
that's a whole other can of worms. Oh boy.
Another train wreck.
Yeah, that's a disaster. Any truth to Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets?
I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
It looks very much like it's going to happen.
The owner was there. Salah was there. The GM was out there. They flew out to California. To go see this dude.
How do you think that's going to play out?
You got to hope he plays more than 2 years.
I have no idea how he's going to do in New York.
How do you think it's going to play out? I mean, it's a weak conference.
Buffalo?
That's it.
What are you talking about? It's a weak conference.
It's a weak conference.
No, it's not.
It's a weak conference.
AFC is by far the best conference.
Yeah, no. I meant
division.
Yeah, the division. I'm sorry.
Well, it's a division with Buffalo.
It's Buffalo.
But it's only
Miami made the playoffs last year.
And New England.
Yeah, New England's always New England. So that's a strong division.
Listen to me. I don't think anything with the Jets is going to happen. I'm just saying to you, though, he's not competing. You know what I mean? The only quarterback in that division he's competing against is Josh Allen.
That's true.
That's
true. Miami is their own mess.
So remember the same argument I had why don't go to the conference with Kansas City and Justin Herbert is the same argument I'm having. Going to the AFC East ain't a bad move because you're now only got one guy that can play against you. And you started seeing their demise last year. And I don't know what happened to them. Because they looked like a powerhouse in the beginning, and they looked terrible towards the end.
Who, Buffalo?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Buffalo, that's a team that might be weaker this year because Josh Allen's giant contract is kicking in, and they're going to have to get rid of some players or lose some players of free agency. So Buffalo is going to be weaker.
So don't you think that makes even more my point to Aaron Rodgers' abilities there in the AFC East? Right? That's all I'm saying. I'm saying on paper, I mean, that's all I could say because, hey, we've been wrong early, and then all of a sudden things have turned around. We weren't expecting the NFC East to turn around as fast as they did. We weren't expecting the Giants to turn around as fast as they did and play good football. You know what I mean? They played the best they could play with what they had. They performed well. But I'm just saying Aaron Rodgers going there, I mean, I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan at all anymore, but I always look at it when a quarterback's going to go to a conference, who's he competing against? Right. And, like I said, Russell Wilson is going to I don't think Denver's going to be able to do much against Kansas City and against the Chargers. I think you got a tough situation there.
I agree. Denver is a mess.
Denver's a mess. And you're going against, two powerhouse quarterbacks, man. And you're older than both of them. And smaller.
I think Sean Payton is overrated. And I think that's going to continue to be a disaster because Russell Wilson, I don't think all of a sudden he's going to become an awesome quarterback. He's not going to become Drew Brees 2.0 just because he has Payton as a coach. I don't think so.
Something's got to be said to the fact that Pete Carroll had Geno Smith become an all-pro.
Mm-hmm.
He got paid. I got a big contract too.
Big contract. So, you can't blame it on Pete Carroll. And I know you're a big fan of Pete Carroll, Byron, and I'm a fan of Pete Carroll. But, Russell Wilson's issues apparently worse than Pete Carroll.
Apparently, Russell Wilson tried to get Pete Carroll fired.
He did. Russell Wilson wanted a offensive-minded head coach.
He wanted Sean Payton. He wanted Sean Payton in Seattle.
He saw what everybody else is doing, and he thought that was going to make the difference. And
it didn't work out because they got rid of him instead of the coach.
Well, they got rid of him. Okay, forget it. First of all, they got rid of him instead of coach. That's point one. Man, come on, Byron. Even if Geno Smith just played a decent season, that would be impressive. To play an all-pro season and get paid after what, 10 years? 13?
Yeah, 10. Yeah, but look what he had out there. He had good receivers.
Ryan, it's
Yes,
still
he did.
hard,
Yes,
bro.
he did. Oh, DJ Metcalf, come on.
No, it's still hard, I'm saying,
on.
to be an all-pro, but Byron, to come from behind that much?
No, what Geno Smith did was amazing. That was a
You
miracle.
got to give him
work.
credit, man.
He had good receivers. He had a good offensive line. They did rebuild that offensive line. It wasn't great, but they had a good running game. That kid was pretty good, Kenneth Walker. The guy,
Yes.
running back.
I'm not doubting anything you're saying.
But he was surrounded with, he didn't have to be the guy. He just had to do just enough not to screw up the game.
But he did more than just enough.
He did.
You don't do just enough and make it to the all-pro. You don't do just enough to get paid 30 something.
Well, he did just enough to get paid. How about that?
He did just enough to get paid. No, he did just enough to get paid, get the bag. He got a bag.
He probably got more in this one contract his whole
career.
Oh, definitely.
So he didn't just do okay.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that was the biggest surprise of the season. Like, where did this come from?
I don't exactly. So you got to
amazing.
I thought that was great. Brian Flores, like I said, he's gonna be a head coach. It's just got to give him the time.
Hopefully,
right? And I think he's under a good coach. Well, did they sell the team yet?
Who?
Redskins.
Flores.
No, not yet.
Oh, not Redskins.
They don't.
Commanders.
They don't know whether that's going to happen or not.
Because Byron, you were making comments that you don't know if all of a sudden they get rid of Rivera. If a new owner comes in.
Depends what owners they get. Like I said before, some owners want their own guy. That's possible.
I just don't understand. How does an owner want their own guy when
he owns a team?
No, but when you say like, if I was buying another insurance company, I'd want my own guy because I know guys in the insurance business. If I buy a football team, I don't have a guy because I never owned a football team.
Well, how about this? The GM that he brings along with him is probably the guy that wants
his guy. Okay, that's different. Yeah, GM makes more sense that wants his guy than
same thing.
I guess, yeah. All right, so Eric, so we got that. All right, Joey. So give us some talk about what do you got with Pittsburgh or Giants? Anything else with Giants you got? We need some receivers. We need receivers, bro.
You just need receivers. You put the investment in Daniel Jones. You basically said, they could have let him go. They could have tried to get Lamar Jackson. They could have tried to do something else. They could have tried to draft someone or something. They have faith in Daniel Jones. They have success with Jones and Saquon Barkley. So now give Danny Dimes the pieces he needs. Give him wide receivers. Let's see what he could do as a thrower, not just a runner.
Yeah. And listen, Byron, he did the Jalen Hurts. He progressed over the years, and I was really happy with his lack of poor judgment, poor sliding, and his inside the 20. Right. That was my biggest concern.
You know what fixed him? And why don't we just get a guy credit? Brian Dable.
Yeah,
yes.
that's my point.
That's the whole thing.
Whisper. Because look what happened, Josh, after he left,
dude,
Buffalo.
And he kept all his coaches.
What?
And he kept all his coaches.
Well, no, he lost 4.
But he kept them 2 men guys.
2 main ones he kept.
That's all I care about.
He also hired his son as a coach, just so you know.
Yeah, there you go. That's your pet peeve. Come on, man. I would hire my son too. But listen to me. To be coach of the year, okay, and keep your defensive and offensive coordinator, that's impressive. That means they know they got something there. Because those 2 guys easily could have left to turn around the way they turned the Giants around. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
Okay. And he kept them, man. That's a good, but something that Dable's got something. He's got something.
I guarantee they thought, look at the progression from Daniel Jones from last year from 1 year. It's like if we have him for a couple more years, how much more is he going to progress? Maybe he'll be the new Josh Allen.
Whoa, no. No.
Don't
Hey,
say
you never know.
don't say that, Byron. Hey, look, I hope so. Look, I'm happy with him right now. I got no problems with him. Giants never had that Josh Allen type quarterbacks, anyways.
You do have a problem with him.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
You want to know what it is?
What?
That he's making more money than Mahomes. Oh, I'm good now. I'm better.
Okay. I really appreciate
Pittsburgh Steelers. What they got going on?
Yeah, what do you got in Pittsburgh? Talk to me, because you know my boy Tomlin. I remember, Joe. I told you last time. I predicted he will not have a losing season.
You're right, and he didn't.
Then he was close to be 7-8.
Yeah, it was close. It was close. I
7-8.
mean, at one point they were 2-6.
Yeah, but there's no doubt. But 2-6, shit. Yes, that's hard. But when you're 7-8, it seems like that. Come on, Byron. You know that last 10, 20 yards is the hardest.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
Right. So when you're 7-9, that's you gotta win 100%.
Yeah, I mean the Steelers almost made the playoffs, and the big thing was Kenny Pickett progressed. He he got through his rookie year and he showed some flashes, so they're hoping he progresses. And if they have a good draft and get some good free agents, I think they're going to be a playoff team.
What are they looking for in the draft?
They draft 17th.
No, I'm saying, what are they looking for coming up?
Oh, what are they looking for? They need offensive line, defensive line, cornerback, and linebacker, inside linebacker.
Yeah.
Basically the whole team.
All right, so let me ask you a question, and you can't pick your team. All right. So, oh man, if you had a chance, here, I'm going to tell you why. If I had the chance to spend a year, like how they go, the hard knocks, whatever, but a year with a football team and the coach, but with the head coach, going through everything he does, working his hours and everything, right? And it's not your team. What coach would that be? Byron, Joey. What team? What team? And really, it's the coach. It's about the coach for me. But all right, mine would be Mike Tomlin. I'd like to be with Mike Tomlin.
I would love to see that. I would love.
No, but you can't pick your team.
Whoever Aaron Rodgers ends up on, either the Packers or the Jets or wherever he ends up, that's a team I would want to see. Right, I want to see how because Aaron. I have no, even if he stays with the Packers, that's fascinating. He's at the end of his career. He's kind of a disappointment. Yeah, he's considered one of the best quarterbacks and MVP candidate and stuff, but he's only won one Super Bowl. He's a bit of a disappointment, and it just looks like he's going through some changes in his life. And I think it's fascinating how he's, this drama with the Packers every year now. It's like every year that we don't know whether he's going to be there or what's going on.
They're doing the same thing they did
with Brett Favre.
I mean, identical. 4-year wait.
A year 18.
4-year wait. And then, I mean, it's deja vu. It's like they did it. He saw them do it too far. And they're doing it to him, but he was a bigger pain in the butt than Favre.
Yeah, but they're doing it they do it themselves. Brett Favre got to a point in his career that I don't know if he wanted to be there, get more money or whatever. And this guy turns around and does the same thing in year 18. Is it the water they're drinking up there? And then like Green Bay is like a unique, it's like a unique thing because they don't have like the regular owner. It's like the stockholders or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm an owner.
Are you an owner?
I own the Packers.
You have a seat?
I have one stock. I am a shareholder. I have one stock.
You could buy. I thought okay, interesting about that. I thought when you bought a season ticket is what made you a part owner, not stock. They
occasionally sell, like have stock sales.
Okay.
And I bought mine like 20 years ago. It was like $200 or something like that. So I've won.
What's it now?
It it doesn't it doesn't go up in value or anything like that. It doesn't. I can't sell it or anything like that. It's not one of those
I'd like
things.
to
It's
offer an eye on it. Byron, who would you be? Well, I'm going to ask you a question about Byron. Well, who would you be? Who would you want to be with? I'll tell you why I'd be with Tomlin.
Who would I want to be with?
Yeah, for a year.
Come on, man. You know my guy is Bruce Arians. Come on.
He's not coaching.
That's my guy anyway. That's the only dude I would want to be around. That's it.
Why you make it tonight so difficult?
Is he the president
Why?
or something like that? He's still involved with them.
Byron,
With
just
the
pick
Bucks,
a
isn't he?
team. Pick a coach and a team.
Why do I have to, man?
Because I'm asking you.
You're not asking me nicely, man. You're yelling at me.
Byron,
Yes.
would you please pick a coach and a team that you would like to spend the entire year with, working with that head coach and watching the dynamics of the coach with the team?
Bill Belichick.
Interesting.
Interesting.
And I wouldn't be a bad one either. Okay, so I'll tell you why I would pick Tomlin. I would pick Tomlin, one, because of he's never had a losing season. Two, he's a player's coach. And three, I just want to see how he's been able to rally his teams all the time. Like, even though he's only won one Super Bowl, I mean, if you think about it, but, he's been a consistent, good coach his entire career. I mean, and then the organization that was really it. I want to see like what makes you, because he's like you said, Byron, they're the CEOs. Like what makes you tick? Where do you go? What are your hours? What are you working at? How are you looking at? What are you developing? Right.
He does this thing that I wish every boss, I wish I had a boss like this. I wish everybody would have it. Wish he had a boss like Tomlin. What he does is he's in constant communication with everybody around him. He's always talking to them, always telling them where they stand, what he thinks about them, what he expects from them, and the good things and the bad things. He's always in constant communication. He's always honest with everybody. And that's why people love him, because he exactly where you stand and what you need to do to get better. That's all you need it's all you can ask for is that somebody be honest with you about where you stand. He's amazing.
Belichick would be interesting too. This Belichick would
he's a student of the game. This guy, from him coaching, what he called, I think it was the Navy, was there, being around Parcells and all the people, that this guy has been around. I know he seemed like he would probably kick the dog and kick the cat and whatever kind of stuff. But for some reason, it just seemed like he would be an interesting guy, to sit there and like spend the whole day picking his brain just about, the different facets of, football, and, how he started as a special teams coach. Then he went to defensive coordinator and being, the head guy, and just sit there and talk with him like in a normal conversation over a beer would be cool.
Probably the smartest coach ever.
I just think that you'd be pulling teeth. You have to like pull stuff out of him more than like Tomlin would share more. Would you like, he's going to give you like a 2-word answer.
I think Belichick would, away from, football.
But I think he's a great coach. There's no doubt. I think that's a good move.
If it's
Let
about,
me ask you about Aaron Rodgers. Why? Because you want to see how they're going to deal with the diva.
Yeah.
I think that's good too.
Just how he is at this point in his life, when you're a star quarterback and one of the best quarterbacks ever, but now it's the end. It's either the end. Heck, he can retire tomorrow. He can retire this year. He can retire next year. It's either 1 or 2 years. He's done. How do you that's the end? How do you approach things? That's fascinating.
All right, guys, I got something for you. Hold on a second. You ready, Byron? Y'all ready for this? Let's see if it plays. Can you see that?
Yeah. Damn.
It's sharp.
Hold on a second. I want to root out for our huge Giant friend that sent this in. Hopefully the New York Giants, someone can listen, reach out. He's a super Giant fan. Get him to there. Get him to the game. What's that?
Super fan.
Super fan. If this thing works. This is 2 rooms of Giants. Joey, he beat you.
It's gorgeous. It's
2
a beautiful
rooms.
room.
No, it's the thing ain't playing. I don't know if it's because they got too much video on or it's rendering. I should have tried to go. But we're gonna post this again. But man, he is got just go like circular. It's 2 rooms in the house. He's got everything. Shoot, it ain't working. So
Like a Coke can from 1986.
yeah, like a Pabst Blue Ribbon. Oh my God. All right. Hey Joey, tell us about your show. When can you see it? When can we hear it?
I have a show called The Donut Bag. It is mostly Pittsburgh sports. Sometimes I do like pop culture stuff. I'm also on Twitter, Joey Bag of Donuts VN7F.
All right. Oh, and when's your show? What time?
I just post a podcast a couple times a week. I don't do it live. I just do it. I record it whenever.
Okay. All right, great. All right. Well, look, you always, by the way, Santiago's always texting me or Byron, hey, do you mind if Joey joins? Joey, you're more than welcome. Come on anytime.
Welcome anytime.
I love you guys. I love coming on. Anytime you want to have me on, I would love to come on.
No, anytime. Don't have to ask. Just the time, the bat channel.
Come
you
on
have
in.
it. What time's our show? What days our show, Byron?
I don't know. Thursday, 8 o'clock, I guess, or whatever. I'm not sure. 8 o'clock.
Okay, well, you being a pain in the butt. Why are you pushing it?
We're pushing what?
Every Thursday, 8 p.m., Joey, you're
8
always
o'clock.
welcome on our show. Santiago don't gotta ask. You're always welcome on the show. We may not get to Pittsburgh. We'll try to get to you. Depends on what's happening. But now we have some things going on. We have a lot of we have a lot of things coming up pretty soon, right? The draft's going to be coming up.
Draft's coming up. Free agency next week.
Free agency next week, and then the draft in 50 days.
Yeah, so I got to figure out where I want to have. I think I'm going to have that. So I'm going to have a big blowout. I'm debating
over Tom Brady's house.
I'm debating whether to have it upstairs in my pool area because they put a TV up there. But sometimes I like to be at a restaurant, interview people for the draft and see what goes on there. So we'll see what happens. So I'm pretty excited there. All righty. Well, again, thank you for for joining our show, Byron. Thank you for, being there to push my buttons. I know that like major day. What am I doing? Hold on a second. So again, every Thursday, thank you for joining. Every Thursday, 8 p.m. The Jersey Boys. Okay. Jersey Boys Sportscast. Please subscribe to all our channels, YouTube, even smart speakers. Hit the notification. I really appreciate it. Same time, same channel next week. We are live, so you can hear us. I'm hoping you enjoyed today's show. We kind of went around a little bit, but it's always good to talk sports with the group. And I'm excited for this season. I know it just ended, but I'm excited for this season. We got to start watching the USFL for our other guest host, Andres Gisbert. I don't know if you know, he is now one of the sports analysts for the USFL for a couple of the teams. So we're going to be having a show. So he's called me a couple of times. So he's got some rules that we got to abide by. So I got to get those rules down. Haven't had a chance to talk to him and get to where the rules were. But we're looking to have him on the show. We'll go from there. And let's see how everything plays out. You gentlemen have a great night. Thank you again, Joey. And let's go before our late night show guest comes on. And we're here till 10 o'clock.
We'll see you guys.
All right, Byron. Thank you. Tell the family we said hi. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bye.